Okay, sweet. Hey everyone, we're back to another episode, our second episode, and we have awesome guests here with us this morning. We're joined with Asena and Lameko all the way from Auckland, New Zealand. Morning, guys. How's it going?
Good morning. Very good.
Thank you for making time to sit down and have a chit chat this morning. I reached out to these guys earlier last week. I just wanted to have you guys on board because I know you guys are doing awesome things there, not only juggling your full-time jobs and other stuff, but also pursuing Kapitiga's Kitchen. We'll just start off and get you guys to introduce yourselves and also what Kapitiga Kitchen's all about.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Asena Lameko. I'm probably the brains behind it, and my husband is probably the brawn. And Kapitiga Kitchen is just something we came up with during lockdown, especially in New Zealand and in Auckland. We weren't able to get some of our traditional island goodies, or weren't able to have that because everything was closed. And we decided last year that we would be able to, let's do this. We're working from home. We have the time. It's not like people are allowed to go anywhere with the restrictions. So we decided that this would be a good idea. We tested it. We've been baking for a long time. Tested it with church activities, family functions. People love it. So we just said, why don't we give it a go?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, I'm Drew. I'm the, like my wife said, she's the brains and I'm the baker. So yeah, it's been good. Just starting this little small business. It's been hard, but it's been good, and we look forward to what's ahead of us for 2022. So now, it's good.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that, how you guys started with the whole COVID stuff. Usually when there's uncertainty and that's surrounded by people, they usually don't opt to jump into business. So what kind of inspired the whole start? I know you said Corona made you guys like jumpstart on it because you're working from home, but what was really the thing that pushed for it? Because I remember from our previous conversations, you guys have always wanted to start a business, but seeing you guys make it happen, it was kind of awesome.
Yeah. So we always thought about doing a business, but we just wanted to have the right time to kind of start. So when COVID hit us here in New Zealand, everything was closed. We had some family and friends ask us where they could get like island food. So we thought of just doing a little pre-run on our goods. So from there on, it just slowly kicked off. But we always wanted to give back to our family and friends, and also just to the people in our community. So yeah, that's how we pretty much started.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you guys kind of saw the need for that and kind of jumped on board and went with it, eh? Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome. Was it originally just bunny popo and pineapple pies you guys started with, or was it just pudding, or how did it?
Oh, we started with flour new coconut bread.
Yeah.
Oh, it was coconut bread?
Yeah, coconut bread, because I saw, obviously, as you do when you're in lockdown, you go online shopping. And so I was like, okay, we'll get some baking tins. Maybe that will inspire something. And it's funny because Drew's cousin was actually sharing some of her family recipes. And that's the one he asked. He goes, oh, am I able to use this, like, to get profit and stuff like that? And she was like, yeah, sure. Then she was giving us tips, and she was also like, oh, make sure you get this kind of yeast, don't get this kind of yeast, because your bread won't rise and stuff like that. So it has been a blessing. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, coconut bread is so good, especially straight out of the oven and slather butter on it. It's like,
yeah, and the New Zealand butter.
Yeah, it's like the best thing ever. So you guys are just making me hungry talking about it now. But honestly, it's the best. So that's awesome. So now that you're talking about all these recipes and that, it sounds like it's just all passed down through family. Is that right? Like, Drew, I know you're like from a Samoan family as well. Is that where a lot of inspiration from your recipes come from?
Yeah. So the coconut bread and the pineapple pies is from one of my cousins. She passed it down to us. It's from her mom. So we've kind of just jumped on and just accepted and just making her proud. And the pudding is from my mom, and it's from her mom. So just trying to keep the tradition going in the family and just trying to just use the recipes. We've had a lot of people who try and trade for the recipe. Like they want to man, it's hard, but we just try and keep it in the family, because when you give it out and then
people will profit off
what you've made and what your family has made. So now it's just all family recipes that we try and keep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because it's funny that you mentioned that about keeping it in the family. If you kind of think about it, it's kind of like your ancestors blessing it down. So once you start using that, you can pass that down onto your kids and their kids.
That's
type
exactly
of thing.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
One funny thing is that when he does share the recipe, and then people's recipe doesn't turn out, and then they blame him, and then he's like, no. But we do actually have a story where our auntie in Utah, Drew showed her how to make the pudding when she came to New Zealand, everything and stuff like that. So she was like, cool, I'm going to take it back to Utah. There's heaps of Tongans, we're going to make pudding and we're going to sell it. So she did it the first time. She forgot to put the water in the pot to steam it, and it was burnt. It was all black. The pot was black. So now we know that, see, you can give the same recipe, but it's not giving out the same, like you can't get the same product.
Yeah, that's so true though. Sometimes it's all about like experience as well. Like if you've done it for such a long time, you kind of know the ins and outs and little tips and tricks to make it just a little bit better. So like you said, you could always give out that exact recipe, exact instructions, but person A will do it different from person B. Yeah.
From person B, yeah.
That's awesome. So because you all launched this during the COVID time, was there any initial hesitation at all, or was it you guys just jumped straight into it and like see where it takes you?
Yeah, so when we first started, we did a trial run for 1 week. So we did like a flyer and stuff and just reached out to some of our family and friends, put it up on social media pages, and we got some good feedback. And we got some bad feedback, but that's what we learned from. So now we just jumped straight into it with no hesitation. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. You mentioned bad feedback. I know like as a startup, it's kind of disheartening to hear, because like, you're taking that leap of faith to do something that not everyone's willing to do. So how do you guys usually work through the negatives of the side of business?
When we get our positive and negative feedback, we just learn from it. We just take it, discuss it in our little team briefs at the end of the week.
Meeting.
Yeah, we have like meetings at the end of the week, and we just learn from it, because if you take the negativity into take it to the heart, it just won't. Yeah. You won't be able to function, and if you take things to the heart, you just don't usually carry on. You usually like, oh no, that's it. People don't like it. Yeah, so we'll just give up.
Usually we unfriend that person too. No jokes. Yeah.
Disclaimer, Asena just said she was joking. Yeah, all positive vibes.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome that you mentioned that, because it is kind of hard to take on the cheek, but if you just take it on board and move forward, because like you said, if you take it to heart, you're not going to progress anywhere, and
that is so true.
Then you're just not going to end up doing your orders and stuff. But I think it's also good to just take it into consideration and continue to improve.
Yeah.
Awesome. Talking about negativity, not really negative, but like how do you block noise from others, so other people who have their opinions on how you should run your business, what you should do, what you shouldn't do? How do you guys usually deal with that, or if you've dealt with that before?
Yeah, we've dealt with it a couple of times, but we usually just we just talk to them and just let them know.
That was the nut.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did have an incident where, so we do banoffee pies, and we usually use coconut in it, and we didn't know that this client that ordered it, someone else ordered it, but this other lady ate it. She was allergic to coconut, and she didn't know, and so that's why she was like, well, you should put, like, she wasn't upset. She was like, oh, I still ate it. It was awesome. And I was like, well, then why are you complaining? So now we have like a list of ingredients and what we use, like in that, because we've even got like suggestions. Oh, can you do like vegan? Can you do like
gluten-free
options?
Yeah, we've done a few
dietary options. So we have done it.
Yeah, we've done a few
awesome.
Yeah, we've done gluten-free for some of the people that went back to Niue. They asked for
we won't name their names.
Yeah. So we've tried gluten-free. We're gonna try doing keto.
Yeah.
Keto version.
Yeah. But I don't know if the rice will be the same, but we can give it a go. If it tastes good, I'm sure people will buy it.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, because you alter it to fit different dietary options, does it affect your guys' recipe at all? Like, or
just a special order, eh?
Yeah, if we just do special orders for the specific people, because we've had a lot of people ask for keto, gluten, coconut bread, keto bungy pupos and whatnot. So we try and accommodate to those clients because we don't want to turn them away. We want, all business is good business. So we try and accommodate to anyone and everyone.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's just more so adapting to what the market needs, eh? Because I see like a lot of those trends are like happening, like everyone's always on those diet trends.
Keto ones that they have, but the keto ones, it's just like knowing it's more of a test. Like we have to have the same recipe, but then we have to test it to make sure that it's okay. Because if it's not feasible, then we have to try something different. Like we tried the coconut whipped cream because they didn't like, they're dairy intolerant. We did that. We did what was the one for the butter?
Peanuts.
Oh yeah, so no peanuts, so chocolate. So it's all of these things, and we do make sure that we let them know, be like, oh, we use this, there may be traces of nuts there, blah blah blah.
Just letting them know.
So we don't want to put someone in hospital.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like when you're working in the food industry, it's all about being cautious.
Yeah, you have to be. You have to be
because at the end of the day, you don't want people to just give you bad feedback or something happens to them, like they feel unwell and then we'll trace it back to our product and
because
so and so did this and that.
Yeah, gossip spreads like wildfire, and especially in our Pacific community, we don't want that.
Exactly. We want the good words to be going
good vibes and the good words from the mouths.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Kapitiga's Kitchen, what inspired that name? And did you have other names before that? Or can you explain to everyone what Kapitiga's Kitchen means?
Yeah, so before we did Kapitiga, we had what was it called? Savage Kitchen, and there was a bit of hit and miss. Yeah, a lot of people were offended when we did Savage Kitchen. So then we just went back to the drawing board and
had a discussion,
put it out there. Yeah.
What meeting?
We had discussion over to our family and friends what they thought about it, and then Kapitiga Kitchen came along, and Asena's good friend helped us with that.
Yeah. So one of my good friends, that she does a small business as well. She does a lot of like designing and that kind of thing. She's really artsy. And so I sat down with her and gave her a concept of this is what we want to have as our name, and this is what it stands for. Yeah. So our saying is, so Kapitiga Kitchen, Kapitiga Niuean means friend, or because this is my Kapitiga, so why wouldn't we want to? And our motto is come as strangers, leave as friends.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so we want people to we get people that we don't know.
We get
random people message us on our social media pages that we've never met before, and they buy our products and they like it, and then
they share with their friends.
And then that's how we get our business. So they come as a stranger and then leave as best friends. Yeah. So basically it's just Kapitiga Kitchen is just how we tend to move forward. And yeah, we're just friends to anyone and everyone out there that message us that we don't know.
Mhm.
We end up knowing them in person. So yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, then we make our connections. Oh, you're such and such as da da da. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, they ordered from me last week. So, you know, it's kind of like a snowball effect. And we're like quite cool with that because, you know, it's helping the community and it's also helping us grow.
I was just about to ask, is that your guys' favorite part of the business, getting to know different people from different areas of your city and just like talking stories?
Yeah, it is. It's good to know people. We had a couple of families that ordered puddings from Hamilton. They drove
From
up to pick it up.
Hamilton.
Yeah, they drove up.
Matt.
And then we recently, just before Christmas, we had a good friend who returned back from the Dubai Expo, and we were able to take some cater and take some for them at the MIQ spot. And then not only that, like there were a lot of CEOs. There was one of the CEOs of the Moldy TV, and he asked if we could cater for him, but they stay up north, and we were still in. So he goes, next time I am in Auckland, I will message you and I will come and buy some of your pineapple pie.
Oh my gosh, that's
So
so
it's a lot of like,
awesome.
you know, people, we just connect with people. We're reconnected with old friends, like school friends, people we used to stay in the neighborhood with, and they've been able to bless people's lives. And then when we were able to do deliveries, we were out in the community and delivering it, oh my gosh, all the way out west, all the way out north, all the way out south. So it's been a blessing. Yeah,
it's been a blessing just to make a lot of new friends, and you know, they invite us over and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's just about serving our community. And yeah, now it was a shocker to deliver to MIQ because we got like we had to get investigated from like the security guards. They told us like
what number is it? They had their clipboard, and I was just filming from the car, and I was like laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. But then I was like, what about if they say no? What are we gonna do with their food?
Oh wow!
It's good. They enjoyed it, and we've made a lot of new friends, especially in the everywhere. Especially in the Māori community.
Especially with the Cuzzy Bros.
Because he was the CEO of Māori Television, so he said he'll promote it on Māori Television.
Honestly, I just love hearing your guys' stories, how like you just connect with the community and how well the community just supports small businesses as well. That's just awesome to see. And the fact that you guys got to do it for your mate who went to Dubai, like that's how awesome. Like who can say that?
Actually, and the funny thing is that so we had to pack it up for 4 individual people and then label it, but she can't eat sugar. So she was ordering all this food that she can't even eat, but she still ate it because she loves it. And she's like, oh, it's okay, I'll get sick later.
Got to do it while you can, right? Sometimes you got to sacrifice for what you want. So that's awesome. Just hearing from that, how you guys are just connecting with all the communities and being able to serve other people as well as make those connections. Where do you see the future for Kapitiga's Kitchen? Where do you see it heading?
We're hoping for big things for Kapitiga Kitchen. 2022, I'll be doing it full time now.
Oh, awesome.
So I'll still be working a few days for my job, but I'll be putting most of my time towards Kapitiga Kitchen. So we'll be trying to look for a commercial kitchen at this stage, but we're just doing it from home. So hoping for big things for Kapitiga Kitchen 2022, rebranding and packaging, etc. Yeah.
Looking for a sponsor.
You heard it here, guys.
Any of your followers want to sponsor us, give back to the community.
We'll start a GoFundMe page after this.
Maybe after the let's leave it. It's sorted on Thomas, so let's leave it for a bit. Maybe in March we'll start our GoFund.
Yeah, maybe the timing now is not right.
Wrong timing. There's a lot of fraud going on. Wrong timing.
Fair enough. You mentioned that you're trying to shift onto focusing on Kapitiga's Kitchen full time. Is that like that sounds like a really big step? Is that something that you guys sat down for a while to think about?
Yeah,
Like-
over the Christmas period, everyone's been asking us if we're going bigger. One of our best friends, she'll be opening up her kitchen.
Yeah.
She does
Oh
seafood
my
boil, so
gosh. Love you,
we
Nom
might,
Nom.
yeah, we might jump on with her, but not at this stage. At this stage, we're just trying to focus on just doing it on our level, and then just
slowly
trying to
scale it, eh?
slowly scale in. Yeah, because we
Scale
don't
it
want to jump into the deep end and then
Can't even swim.
can't swim out. So yeah, we don't want to drown in the deep end. So we'll start small and then make our way.
Baby steps.
Yeah, baby
Small
steps.
progress.
But honestly, you guys have grown so much, and it hasn't been a year yet, eh?
Nah.
No, it hasn't been a year. Yeah, we've grown, but it's all because of the people that support us.
And they share.
Yeah.
That's it. They're like, oh, my mom's ordering. Oh, my mom's gonna pick up my order. It's like, oh, cool. Who's your mom? And then it's like, oh, we've been messaging her. We didn't know that was your mom. Like that's what it is. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just supporting people. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, you guys have grown so much, because I just remember when you guys first started, the logo and the branding have changed so much. Like,
Yeah.
not only the branding, but also like packaging, and then not only that, you guys have added more items to your menu. So, like, if you think about it, so much has been accomplished in like less than a year, and you guys are already looking at trying to expand with the commercial kitchen. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So just in wrapping up, I just don't want to take too much of your guys' time. What is something that you guys wish you had known before pursuing Kapitiga's Kitchen?
Just knowing how hard it was, because we thought, just it's easy, 1-2 orders here and there.
Then 20
But then,
20 orders deep.
Yeah. Second week into our business, where we started getting orders.
Like crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So we'd come home from our 9 to 5 and then start baking full all-nighters.
Oh my gosh, yes. V was my best friend in the Red Bull. But yeah, it's so true. But then it kind of, you're right though. Knowing how hard, like, we're hard workers. Yeah, that's cool. But not knowing how hard, like, we had to like, oh, sorry, your order's going to be ready on this day. And then splitting it up so that we had enough rest. We were able to do other things and finding that balance. Because he's right. We were pulling all-nighters, and then my mom and dad would be like, "Are you guys still baking?" And we're like, "Yes, we're still baking." And I'm like rolling the little buns, and they're like, "Oh, okay. What time are you going to sleep?" And I was like, "I'm not going to sleep." But that's it. And now, because of that practice and putting the hard work into it, like we know, this is what we need to do. This is the prioritize. This is what we need to do first. This will take time. This will wait while the bread's raising. We can do something else. So it's just all finding that balance. Time management is key. And that's one thing that, we were like, it's going to be all good. We're probably going to get like 2 orders. And then, it's true. We got like 20 orders. And then it's like not just 1 or 2 things. It was like, oh, can I have 10 breads? Can I have 4 pies? And
Holy
so it was like pretty much like, oh, we can't do your order, I'm sorry, because we've got other, that was the thing. We had to turn people away because we didn't have enough time, or we had to go to work, that kind of thing. So, but now it's okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how do you guys manage that? Because I know working with dough, like, people I don't think realize the amount of time and effort it goes into it. Like, it's literally an art. There's like proofing, and then there's like letting it rest, and it's literally like a lot of waiting times just to, like, say, make a bread or make your pani popo or something like that. So I don't know how you guys managed to do that on top of your 9 to 5.
So it's just, it's something we wanted to start, and now we're here. So we just balance our time. But this year, going full time. So I'll be spending a lot of time in the kitchen, Thursday to Saturday, just doing orders and deliveries, and just trying to do it.
Do you guys charge for delivery, or?
So we charge for South Auckland and East Auckland, we charge $5, and then for North Shore and West is $10, and then like we've did a delivery down to Ngaruahia a few times to missionaries.
To a certain missionary, we won't name any names.
Yeah, we deliver to the missionaries as well down in Ngaruahia.
And we really meant to be delivering.
How far is that?
Just before Hamilton. Huntley.
Oh,
Just
wow.
going past Pocono.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
we in last week's order, actually that was our first one. So last week we had an order for some fella new and we put it in an Uber all the way to North Shore.
really?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the client, she paid for
She paid
the
for
Uber.
it because she was at a retreat and she paid for it to go to her parents.
Oh,
So she got
wow.
it, and then the Uber was like, "Oh, are you not coming?" And I was like, "No, it's just the bread." And he's like, "Okay, have a good day." And I was like, "I don't know, I've never done this before." So
He's like, this is not Uber Eats services.
yeah. I was like, "Hold on, I'll jump in for a ride. Are you gonna bring me back?"
Yeah, so people are going to the extreme to get their orders to them if they're not in the city. So yeah, that was the first time Uber picking up an order.
I feel like
think
these
that
guys
was-
have seen so many things already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing we have not seen.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah, it's good to hear you guys are charging for deliveries, because I feel like most small businesses feel like because they're starting up, they feel like they're asking too much of their customers to
Yeah.
pay extra of delivery fees. But yeah, it's your guys' time, money, energy, as well as fuel going into delivering these. So I think it's good that you guys charge on that.
Yeah. Some people they said that $10 was not enough, so they just put like donations in.
Yeah, like our friend from the north, she like paid 50.
Yeah.
She was like, "No, she goes, no." And then I just looked and I was like, "No, you don't." And I was trying to give it back and she's like, "No, that's your time. That's, blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Okay, make sure you put another zero on it."
That's so heartwarming to hear, like just the
Yeah.
support, because usually
Yeah.
like it could be kind of mixed reviews. Sometimes you have people who complain about pricing or stuff like that, but then you have people, like you said, your stories, people just generously donating money because they're just proud to see you guys, put
Yeah.
in the work.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
It was
that's
really
good.
Oh, awesome. So just in closing up, what's your guys' advice to give to other people who are listening, or just your family, friends who are wanting to pursue their dreams?
If they have a dream, just think about it before you get into it. Just ask for any advice from family and friends. Or just like mentors, because at the end of the day, you don't want to start something and then not able to finish it off. So we just encourage anyone and everyone out there to just test the waters before you swim the waters, because at the end of the day, you don't want to
Eaten by the shark.
you don't want to disappoint anyone. You want to
That's true. Especially like in a Pacific culture, like you don't want to bring shame on your family. And you don't want them to be like, "Oh, why did they even like start? They didn't even know, they can't even do this, they can't even do one thing, they can't even do one task. Why are they trying to?" But yeah, I would definitely encourage anyone that's trying to get into to try and do a small business or anything like that, is to just ask people, ask questions of people they have got small businesses. How did they start? What do they do? Like, how did they get to where they are? And you'll be surprised, they're actually really helpful. I know when we were starting out, they were like, "Oh, this person is good. Contact this person. They will be able to help you. This is what you need to do." Even though they're busy themselves, they're still able to, give up their time and give up their knowledge. So that's one thing we would say, is to just ask questions, do your own research.
That's a big
if
one.
you don't know anything about it, maybe definitely do research,
and test it.
Test it out. If especially if it's in baking or anything like
Give
food,
it to family and friends.
give it to, because family and friends,
Will
to
tell
be
you.
honest, they will tell you if it's crap. They will tell you, and they will give
straight
you
up.
feedback. And that feedback hurts more than coming from a stranger. You're like, my family did meant to support. But you need that, because in the real world, if once you get it and you think it out, you'll be like, "Oh, cool. lucky we changed that, because you know that feedback actually helped make the recipe better or whatever.
Yeah. No, thanks for sharing that advice, guys. It's I think you guys kept it real and more practical. I think a lot of people will be like, yeah, do whatever, like jump into it. But I feel like it's important that you guys stress that it's not an easy thing. You got to really plan it out, see if it, because not everyone's cut out for it, right? Like you guys
That's true.
mentioned. I think like listening to your guys' story and hearing more about behind the scenes that go into it, everyone just sees kind of like the highlights of it all, like, you know, because they see on you guys' Instagram page just all the orders and that and like all the good stuff, but no one really knows the behind the scenes, like you said, the grind, just listening to your guys' story, doing your 9 to 5, running on no sleep, and then on top of that still keeping on top of that side hustle, you know what I mean? So I think it's awesome that you guys mentioned to test out the waters, find mentors, and do your own research to see if that's what you really want. Because literally doing a side hustle is a full-time job itself. You're starting it from the ground up. So that's just, kudos to you guys. These guys are doing awesome. And just being able to share your guys' story, and just for everyone who's listening, just to hear your guys' story and how your guys' journey is going so far. So I think before closing, was there anything else you guys wanted to add it or
No, thank you
share?
for letting us, get on this platform to share our little story about how it is. It's been really good. And I hope that your followers will be able to learn something and be able to, like, feedback, don't take it on as it's bad, like, think about it as a growth learning process, because in everything there's always going to be opposition, and like if we think about it, if we hold it inside, we're not going to grow, and your business is not going to be good, your relationships that you have is not going to be good. So that's one thing I would like to.
No, that's good. You not only related it to business, but life as well. There's, like you said, wise words, opposition in all things. It's just your perspective and how you take that. You can either take it to heart, like Drew said, and not, progress, or you can take it and then just improve on it and continue to progress and grow. So, thank you guys. Just for listeners who are listening, make sure to follow Kapitiga's Kitchen on Instagram, Facebook as well, and any other socials.
It's back on. It's back on after being hacked.
By the Bitcoin people. You guys are one of those victims. When's your guys' next order? Is it next weekend?
Next weekend.
Oh, okay. So everyone just jump on that. We'll probably put out more details as well as to when the next bakeout's going. So just wanted to thank Sana and Drew again for joining us today and sharing you guys' wise words and your journey with us, and getting a little insight into more about Kapitiga's Kitchen. Until next time, we'll tune back.
See ya. Bye.